This is just a short, simple video about the Built Right Industries seat latch. This is a 2023 F-350 Super Duty. So what I'm currently experiencing is with the rear bar, the lower position, so the bottom seat is down, right? This will not latch, no matter how many ways I try to. I will move this up to about that position. I've seen that that's about right. If I lift the whole seat up and give her the old toe, drop this back down, and we're good. We're latched. Now if I pull this release as intended, boom, we come down. We're seat in the lower position, seat is down, bar's in the lower position. I am not touching the bar. Look at the current position of how everything's set up. This latches and cycles beautifully. I also just hit it with some WD-40. Could have been better about the paper towel being there first, but it is what it is. Open position, have not touched the bar. And in the video that Matt narrates and shows on the install, he says sometimes you're just not hitting it hard enough. So I'm not gonna slam it, but I'll give her the old heave ho, give her a little bit of oomph here. Nothing. Still nothing. And what we start to see here is that this just bends, absolutely bends on the bracket. And I bring that in as tight as I possibly can. Not gonna dislodge on its own. Again, now this will be, give it 50% effort, I'd say. What I'm caught on here is the seatbelt. I've noticed this to be a common thing, that accident prevention. As this comes down, this bracket just loosens up every single time. Now again, pull this, released, come up, put my seatbelt out of the way. Oh, hold on, sorry, move our bar back up, right up to here. Again, I'm gonna close this, little 50% give her in the beans a little bit. This again, and we're good. We're in there. We're nice and tight. But again, as he describes it in the video and as the product is designed and intended and shown, I should be able to do this without having to lift the seat every single time. And that is not something that I have seen happen yet. Again, I'll hold my seatbelt out of the way. We're gonna come, haven't touched the latch, haven't done anything here. Still looking at that position. Everything looks to be holding just fine. Seatbelt out of the way. Seat's in the lower position. Oh, that's the first time. That is the first time in 20, 30 times trying this. All right, well, what we noticed here is that this bracket popped out altogether, and now we're super screwed because that existing bracket is intended to lock something in there, and the likelihood of me hopefully getting another 10 mil or 12 mil back behind there to pull the eraser top, as he called it, it's pretty slim. So we probably finagle this and see what I can find out. All right, well, I was able to fish that through just to get the release out right onto here. And I did get it, but what I'm noticing is with each close, there's additional wear on this bracket that he described as supposed to have some flex. And that flex that he shows that he bends right away with he shows he sticks his 10 mil in there and creates a little separation. And I never actually had to go through that process, but even with me not having to go through that process, I'm naturally seeing wear on this from just using it. And I'm not saying it's a faulty product. I just I just don't understand it. And I don't know if I just got one that maybe I have bad steel on this one. I don't know. But there's clearly something going on with this side of the latch, I think, that may, like the fact that I was able just to slide that right in there so easily. And again, I had to release this from up top because I actually got it to stick from down low. So lift from the bottom all the way up and in. Pull the bottom seat. Find the latch again. And there you go. Works as intended. But again, now we're low. Now we're here. Bracket looks pretty good. Nothing. And now we have play off of one attempt. Now, God forbid if I were to try a second attempt here. Getting more play in that bracket. And go for 3. Still not connecting. So the only way I've been able to get this to stick, except for that one time, caught on video, slide that up, lift from the bottom. That was pretty minimal effort, but it sticks every time. And that's not how this is intended to be used and how it's described. You know, he describes it as you should be able to do it from the downward position of the seat, which I have not seen done once. And the only time that I did, I still had to release it from the top. So I don't know if this is just a Super Duty thing for 23 newer, or if it's something that other people have recognized on a case-by-case basis. I'm not even, that's it. That's several uses. This bracket is completely bent out of shape. Let's try again. Nope. Holding the tab up. Nope. And again. Nope, nope. Seatbelt. Seatbelt does not like in this. Okay. Brackets there. Nope. Nope. Again, don't know if it's just a 2023 and newer Super Duty issue, or if this is something that other people have recognized as well. That was the old heave hoe, and we finally got it. But our latch has fallen out of place because it is so bent. So now I've got to figure it out again. So that is 2 for 2 on actually, or well, I should say 2 for 2. 2 for, I don't know, 40 on actually getting it to close in the bottom position. But 2 for 2 on breaking the latch, or well, snapping it out every single time that's happened. It took a lot longer than the first time, but I think, I don't know what you guys have done for R&D. Clearly there's been some additional research as far as how this latch system gets added. I don't know if there's something you guys can do as far as rigidity goes to this piece slides into place, but an additional plate comes across over top here to reduce the amount of flex that takes place on this plate. I should have started recording sooner, but this was bent just like way out to here, and that's why this is just completely coming undone. And I'm not, I've been able to get this to function and cycle perfectly fine. Like I said, I did WD-40, a bunch of this stuff, but like a few things that I notice, additional reinforcement to reduce the amount of flex that's on here, because it is incredibly problematic when it makes contact back there. And then if there's a way to increase the height of this, and I don't know, maybe the seat height, I know you guys use this across all Ford models, or most Ford models, but if there's one for Super Duties that extends this out, because this is constantly, I go to close this and it is falling into the latching mechanism. So even if this moved up an inch, it would flex down from here and it would be way better off. But again, I'm in the upward position since I finally got this thing released. I lift the whole thing up, this, and we're good. We're good. We're actually latched this time. Undo it. Again, downward position. Final attempt. Final one for the video. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We are currently, like I said, 2 for 40 with 2 for 2 on failures of the latch. See where we're at as far as flex goes. We're pretty tight. That looks good. Move my seatbelt out of the way. And nothing. 0. That was the last attempt I'm going to make from down low. Again, every time I move it up high, this works. And that is just a nuisance of a situation. Not as advertised.